going to support you. And people would say, oh, no, come on, Republicans aren't going to change registration just to support you. And then that night, the Republicans, they weren't shouting anymore. They were coming in loud and clear. They said, hey, Barack, I'm a Republican. And I switched registrations because I think you can bring this country together, and that's what we need to make it happen. The highest total number of people caucusing prior to this year had been 125,000. That was set 4 years ago. We had 225,000 people. And I can tell you, most of those new folks, they caucused for me. So there's something stirring in the air. The American people are ready. They like my health care plan that says everybody should have health care as good as a member of Congress. They like the idea of a $4,000 tuition credit to make sure every child can go to college every year without incurring huge debt. They like my plan not only to end the war in Iraq, but to end the mindset that got us into Iraq by talking to our enemies as well as to our friends. So we got the wind in our sails, you can tell, because, you know, we talked about change from the start of this campaign. We talked about change when I was down, we talked about change when I was up. And I noticed that this change thing must be catching on, because now everybody's talking about it. But I think the American people understand that, you know, you can't gamble on change by having the same old folks do the same old things over and over and over again. If we want real change, then we need somebody different. We've got a different perspective. We're not going to play the same old Washington game. Not going to play the same old Washington game. So I noticed, though, not only is everybody not talking about change, and now that the field has narrowed, you notice that everybody's gotten really negative too. Like, they don't seem to have anything positive to say about themselves, so they decided to try to lie and distort my record. So we got folks saying I didn't really oppose the war, even though they got me on camera in front of 3,000 people in 2002 saying this war is a bad idea. We got folks saying that, well, my health care plan leaves 15 million people out. Even though every expert says that you cannot find somebody who would not be able to get health care under my plan. All I do is I just tell folks, I'm not going to force you to buy health care. I'm not going to fine you if you don't buy health care. That's not going to help you. My attitude is if I can make it affordable, you will buy it. That's what I believe the American people are looking for. These last couple of days really take the cake. Because we had, Senator Clinton said something. She said, well, you know, Martin Luther King may have the dream, but Lyndon Johnson, he had to pass the bill. So now she said this. Now I didn't say anything about it. I said nothing. You can look, there was no quote from me at all. But people understandably thought, well, so what are you saying? That Dr. King didn't have anything, you know, that he didn't get the the Civil Rights Act done? So she got all in the hot water. So today she says, I'm distorting her record. Now, I ask you this, if I didn't say a word, and she said something that didn't make any sense, and she gets in trouble, I'm not distorting the record. And then I come to Vegas, come to Nevada, and I find out that we had a rule that said there are going to be these at-large places in the Strip where people can come. It's designed to help all the people who are working on the Strip so they can participate. All the maids and all the dishwashers and all the security folks. And, just opening it up so everybody can participate who have to work on that Saturday. Right? So I had nothing to do with putting these rules together. It was all the big poobahs of the Democratic Party here today. Right? They set up the plan. They set up the plan. Then they went to Washington and they talked to the Democratic National Committee, all the grand poobahs of the Democratic Party in Washington, and they all said, well, this is the plan. This is how we're going to do it. So what happens? Like, last week, I get the endorsement of the culinary workers. Last week, I get the endorsement of the culinary workers. I still can't believe this. So what happens? Some of the same folks who set up the rules now are filing a lawsuit saying the rules aren't fair. I didn't set up the rules. So now you're going to tell me that after I got the culinary workers, you are now going to try to disenfranchise those dishwashers and those maids and those security officers. Therefore, you can try to cling on to your power because you didn't do a good organizing job and you didn't get precinct captains all across the state and you're worried about losing. Come on. Come on. But there's a lesson to learn from this. This is how Washington works. This is how Washington works. You know, when folks' power is threatened, they'll change the rules on you. You know, you're back to that health care reform. Something the insurance companies, drug companies, they'll change the rules. You're trying to get an energy policy that works for American people so we're not paying all this money at the pump and we're actually conserving energy. Oil companies, gas companies, they'll change the rules. They will try any trick to hang on to their power. But you know, here's what we have to understand. That it doesn't matter what tricks they try, it doesn't matter what shenanigans they're up to, as long as the American people are standing up and being heard, that is a power that cannot be stopped. That's the first when you want to hear. You don't like the people behind you. I feel real bad. You can't take them out of this election. You can't do anything. It's not us. We don't hear that. Lawsuit's not going to stop us. A bunch of misleading ads won't stop us. Folks saying mean things about me won't stop us. The only thing